Mensuration is the chapter we are taking first. Let us try to quickly recall all the formulae that we had to know. If you are able to directly recall, very good. Otherwise, at least now refer, because we already have made a list of the formula. Please tell yourself you have to learn this formula by heart. Okay? So we'll start first. Area of quadrilateral. I'm not going to write, you are going to fill up the blank. Next, area of trapezium. Then area of parallelogram. Then we'll go to the solids then. Okay, rhombus also we have to recall quickly. Area of rhombus. Then we will go to the solids, where we have three basic solids that we have. First we will take surface area of cube, or I can tell the total TSA of a cube, then LSA of cube, then volume of cube. With respect to cube, you must have three formulae that you know. Similarly, with respect to cuboid, the TSA of cuboid, the LSA of cuboid, and the volume of cuboid. Okay, then the last solid that we had was the cylinder. So TSA of cylinder, then CSA of cylinder, and then the volume of cylinder. Quickly try to recall. All these formula you must know by heart, only then you will be able to do problems on mensuration. These are all two-dimensional plane figures. These three are solids. Both of them you must know. Quickly write it. You must be having the list with you. In case you don't have, it is very unfortunate. You should try to know it. At least now tell yourself, I don't have time to lose further. Okay, area of quadrilateral. Can anyone tell me what is the area of quadrilateral?
Ma'am, length into breadth.
Hey, area of quadrilateral.
Ma'am, half
What
into
the rectangle, my dear? Area of the general quadrilateral. What is this?
I'm half into diagonal
Times B into H1 plus H2. This is the general formula. What you are telling L into B is for a rectangle, which is a special variety of quadrilateral. Please don't tell me that L into B is the area of a general quadrilateral. When you have the heights given and the diagonal, one of its diagonal known, then this is the formula you will use to find the area of a quadrilateral. Next, area of trapezium. We have done all this. Anyone who can recall?
Half into
Half into H into A plus B. What is this A and B? They are the lengths of the parallel sides. A and B are the parallel sides. H is the height of the trapezium. So it will be half into H into A plus B. Right? Then area of parallelogram, very easy. We have done it in quadrilaterals itself.
H into B.
Height. Area of rhombus.
half
My dears, I don't know if I am going to write the exam or you are going to write the exam. Only teacher is recalling all the formula. Students are sleeping. Total surface area of a cube.
2L plus B.
No LB, cube. Cuboid only will have LB. Cube
Ma'am.
has got square faces. All the edges will be equal. A. 6A square. LSA of cube. That means only the four walls.
Where?
4A square. Volume of cube.
Cube.
A.
Cube. No half. You are not going to get half the marks also. I have understood. TSA of cuboid.
2 times LB plus BH plus HL.
BH plus HL. LSA of cuboid.
Ma'am, 2 into H into L plus 1.
Plus B. Volume of cuboid. L into B into H. TSA of cylinder.
2 pi r.
2 pi r times r plus H. CSA of cylinder.
2 pi r h.
2 pi r H. Volume of cylinder.
Pi r.
Pi r square H. What is this pi here? It will be either 22 by 7 or 3.14 or whatever value is given in the problem. Usually it will be given in the problem sometimes. You have to use that value if it is given in the problem. These are formulae that you cannot forget at all. Otherwise, you can't do any problem in the chapter on mensuration. And mensuration, we have maximum. How many marks do we have?
Ma'am, 11 marks.
Yes, I know it's 11 marks. Mensuration, what are the divisions? 1 3 marks and 2 4 marks. You understand? 1 3 marks and 2 4 marks. So what amount of distribution or the share is there? You will have 1 question in section C and 2 questions in section D. So let us see how these are going to happen. So first we will look at the 3 marks problem. What kind of problems will come? At least now have you made a note of all these formulae? All this is required, my dear children. I am not going to stand in front of you during the exam to tell you the formula. You should know it yourself. Okay, the 3 marks, what kind of problems you have to train yourself in is what I am going to tell you. The 3 marks problem. We'll take up one of that kind. Okay, all the plane figures, that is area of trapezium or area of quadrilateral, all this is going to happen in your 3 marks. So let us first take one problem and do it. Okay, this is the problem. Find the area of this quadrilateral. For which you have to know the formula, that's why I am telling you. Suppose ABCD is the given quadrilateral, it is given like this. The diagonal is given as 24 meters, and then you have the 2 heights h1 and h2 given as 13 and 8. Now find the area of this quadrilateral. This is eligible for a 3 marks. So first you have to draw the figure clearly. Then identify what is the D, what is H1, what is H2, and then apply it in the formula. So first you will write the formula for which you will get half a mark. Area of quadrilateral ABCD is equal to half. Now at least can you recall half into
H plus H1
into
B.
H1 plus H2. Correct? Now only we have recalled the formula. Half into D, which is the diagonal, multiplied with the sum of the 2 heights, H1 and H2. Now substitute. So this will be equal to half. The diagonal is given as 24 into H1 is 13 plus H2 is 8. So it will be half into 24. What is 13 plus 8? 21. So 2 and 24, 12 times. 12 into 21. Multiply.
Ma'am, 252.
What is the unit? 252. Because you are finding the area, it will be meter square or square meters. So such kind of problems where you are going to find the area of plane figures will happen in the 3 marks. We will take up one more. We move on to that side of the board. Find the area of a rhombus. Maybe I have to turn it a little. Yeah. Find the area of the rhombus. PQRS, whose diagonals are 7.5 centimeters and 12 centimeters. So first draw the rhombus, PQRS, and label the diagonals in that rhombus. Then you can substitute in the formula. So PQRS, the best way you can draw the rhombus is this. Please use a scale and draw it neatly, PQRS. So the two diagonals are given. Say PR is 7.5, any of them can be 7.5, and the other one is 12. So now go back and somebody is getting admitted now. So we go and write the formula for area of rhombus. What's the area of the rhombus?
Half into diagonal.
Diagonal. Just diagonal.
Area of rhombus. Yes. What happened? Half into D1 into D2. So substitute. Half into 7.5 into 12. So 2 and 12 will get cancelled. You have 7.5 into 6. Multiply. .5 into 6. Yes? 6 5s are 30, carry 3, 6 7s are 42 plus 3, 45.0. 45.0, so many centimeter square. Okay, so when you are going to find the areas of plane figures, remember those will be eligible for a section C or a 3 marks question. Now we will go to the 4 marks question where usually I am going to take it from the solids. Alright, so solids means you should know cuboid, cube and the cylinder. It can be the volume or it can be the surface area. You must read the problem, understand whether the surface area is asked or the volume is asked. Okay. So the 4 marks problems. First one. Let's take this. Now there is a cuboidal box of dimensions 60, 40 and 50. So the diagram is given like this. You have a cuboidal box whose dimensions are. Cuboid means how many dimensions will it have?
Ma'am, 3 dimensions.
3 dimensions. That is the length is given as 60 centimeters. The breadth is given as 40 centimeters and the height is given as 50 centimeters. You are asked to find both the total surface area and the volume of the cuboid. Find TSA and volume of cuboid. So there are two things you have to do. That's why it's a question which is eligible for 4 marks. Right? That's why it is eligible for a 4 marks. Sorry. It was not visible, is it? Sorry. Yeah. So come on, go and write down the formula for the TSA of a cuboid. What is the TSA of a cuboid?
Ma'am, 2 times LB.
2 times LB plus BH plus HF. So come on, substitute it. TSA of cuboid equals 2 times LB plus BH plus HL. So substitute it now. 2 times L into B. L is 60 into B is 40 plus B into H 40 into 50 plus H into L 60 into 50. So find the product first. 60 into 40, 2400. 40 into 50, 2000 plus 50 into 60, which is 3000. So 3000, 2000 and 2400. 2 times 5 plus 2, 7400. Correct? See if you're getting the same. 2 times 7400. Multiply and find out how much it is.
Ma'am, 14800.
Yes. What is that? Unit.
Ma'am, centimeter square.
Yes. So many centimeters square is the TSA. Next, volume. What is the volume of cuboid?
L B into H.
Yes, L into B into H. So the L is 60, B is 40 and the height is 50. Multiply. Yes, what is the volume? 60 into 40 into 50.
Ma'am, 1,20,000.
What is the unit? That is very important. 1,20,000 centimeter cube.
Yes.
Because this is the volume, this will be in cubic units. So many centimeter cube. Okay, the next one we will take up on a cylinder. The next one, it is given that a closed cylindrical tank of radius 7 and height 3 meters is made from a steel of metal. How much metal is required to make the cylinder? So the cylinder is to be made with a metal sheet. Now it is told that the cylinder is closed. So where all will the metal come in the cylinder? Now first let us imagine the cylinder properly. It is said there is a cylindrical container. A closed cylindrical container. So it will look something like this. It will have a radius and it will have a height. The radius is given as 7 meters and the height is given as 3 meters. Now what is the area of metal sheet which will be required to make this cylinder? So where all the metal sheet will come? It will come on the curved surface. Curved surface is the purti metal sheet hai. It is closed tank or a container. Closed means this area is also there and the bottom also is there. If it is a container, it should have a bottom. Bottom is there, container use agala. So now it is also said it is a closed container. That means the top is there, the bottom is there, and the curved surface is there. In all these three places, the metal has to come. Metal use ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡು curved surface ಅನ್ನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, top ಅನ್ನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, bottom ಅನ್ನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. So cylinder ಯಾವ ಏರಿಯಾ ಬೇಕು ನಿಮಗೆ? Top, bottom ಮತ್ತೆ curved surface ಎಲ್ಲ ಸೇರಿಸಿಕೊಂಡು what will happen?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Will it be the curved surface area or it will be the total surface area?
Total surface area.
Total surface area. So, metal sheet required will be equal to the TSA of the cylinder. Now substitute the formula for TSA of cylinder.
2 pi r.
What is the TSA of the cylinder? Here the value of pi is given as 22/7. In the problem itself it is given. Okay. What is the TSA of the cylinder formula? 2 pi r times r plus h. So substitute your pi, r and h. You will get the value. So 2 into 22/7 into r is 7 into r plus h. So this will become 2 into 22/7 into 7 into 10. Because 7 plus 3 has become 10. Now what you can cancel, the 7 will go. You have 2 into 22 which will be 44. 44 into 10 will become 440. So many what? The radius and the height is given in meters. So your area will be in
Meter square.
meter square. So this is the metal sheet required. You need 440 square meters or meter square of metal sheet to make the cylindrical container. Alright. So from the problem you should understand whether they are asking you to calculate the TSA or the CSA. Alright. We will take for one more problem and then we will move on to quadrilaterals where we have to see what kind of problems may come. Okay. This is also a problem that we have already done. Now there is milk stored in a cylindrical container. Okay, there is a cylindrical tank in which milk is stored. And the radius and the height is given. Radius is 1.5 meters and the height is 7 meters. Find the quantity of milk in liters that is asked, which can be stored in the tank. So the tank is again a cylinder whose height and the radius is known. So radius is given, height is also given. Radius is given as 1.5 meters and the length, height is given as 7 meters. We need how much milk can be stored in this. So if you want to store something, what should happen? What is it that you have to find out? You have to find the area of the tank or the capacity of the tank.
Capacity.
Capacity means what? It is the volume. It is what can be filled inside the tank. So what I want is the volume of the tank. The volume of tank equals volume of the cylinder. Because the tank is in the shape of a cylinder. So what is volume of cylinder? Formula? Pi r square h. Here also pi the value is given as 22/7. So pi r square h is the volume. Substitute the r, h and the pi. So pi is 22/7. R square and the r into r. So it is 1.5 into 1.5 into h is 7. So the 7 and 7 gets cancelled. You have 22 into 1.5 into 1.5 is 2.25. You know 15 square is 225. Because there are two decimal places, you should have 2 digits after the decimal in the product. So it is 22 into 2.25. Tell me how much it is. Yes, multiply quickly.
2.810.
Yes. 2 digits after the decimal. So multiply your 225 with 22. and take 2 digits after the decimal. It should be 49.50 meter cube. Correct? Are you getting 49.50?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, but you should not stop there because they are asking you the capacity of the tank in liters. I have told you the conversion between liters, meter cube, and centimeter cube is very important. 1000 centimeter cubes make 1 liter, and 1000 liters will make 1 meter cube. So 1 meter cube is 1000 liters. We know. We know. This you should know, my dear children. I can't be giving you the conversions again and again. We know 1000 liters will make 1 meter cube. Or you can say 1 meter cube is 1000 liters. So now you have 49.5 meter cubes. So how will you convert that into liters? If you simply have 1 meter cube, you call it as 1000 liters. Now you have 49.50 meter cube. So this will be equal to, therefore, capacity of milk will be, is it visible? Okay, capacity of milk will be 49.50 into 1000. Because for every 1 meter cube, it is 1000 liters. Now you have 49.50 meter cube. So it is 49.50 into 1000. So decimal will shift towards the right by 3 places. So you will have 49500.0 liters. Decimal shift ಆಗ್ತಿದೆ 1 2 3. So you should add one more zero there because there is no digit to move. So once it moves between here, then you add one more zero and shift the decimal. So it will come here. That's why you have 2 zeros after 5. Can you follow? So many liters will be the capacity of milk. All right. So then we will move on to the quadrilaterals. We have one more chapter that we thought we will revise today. That is on quadrilaterals. Again, go back to your blueprint and tell me what are the types of questions in quadrilaterals and how many in each type. I think we have 7.
Ma'am, 1 in 3 marks and 1 in
Yes,
4 marks.
1 3 mark and 1 4 mark. So we have to see where we have to start our preparation in quadrilaterals. First, we will look at the 3 marks problems. Please be a little fast because I know your next class we should not be late. Even if I am not able to do the problems here, I'll tell you what kind of problems will be asked. Okay? So quickly turn to your chapter on quadrilaterals. We have done it long ago, I understand. But you're going to get 1 3 marks question and 1 4 mark question in this chapter. So the probable questions on 3 marks will be on properties of the exterior angle and the interior angles of the quadrilateral. Okay? And the 4 mark question is going to come from the properties of the different varieties of quadrilaterals that we have studied. That means questions from your exercise 3.2, where you are going to discuss about the interior angle property and the exterior angle properties of quadrilaterals. We know that the sum of the exterior angles of any given polygon will be equal to 360 degrees. So if the exterior angles are known, you can find out the number of sides of the polygon. Or if you are given the interior angle, you should know how to find the exterior angle and then substitute it to find out the number of sides. Like for example, are you in page number 44?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
I'll just discuss. I think we have done this already, so I don't have to do it again. Just look at these 2 problems. These are varieties of problems which can come for a 3 marks. Okay. Now I'm looking at the third one. How many sides does a regular polygon have if the measure of its exterior angle is 24 degrees? So exterior angle is given as 24 degrees, right? Now the Okay, there was a problem in the net. We lost connection. Right, should not be a problem now. I'm just getting back. Just we will discuss this and then we will quit. Okay. I hope all of you are there in the meet. So we were talking about the exterior angle property, which says the sum of the exterior angles is 360 degrees. So when you want the number of sides, you divide this 360 with 24. You will get the number of sides. This will happen if the exterior angle is given. Now this division will directly give you the number of sides. But what if the interior angle is given? In the next problem, you see the interior angle is given as 165 degrees. So, ಇಲ್ಲಿ direct ಆಗಿ number of sides is 360 divided by exterior angle ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. From the interior angle, you have to find the exterior angle. So, suppose you have a pentagon like this. Don't know if I've gone out of the page here. Suppose you have a pentagon like this whose exterior angle is not known to me, but the interior angle is given. Right? With respect to this, the interior angle is given somewhere here. So you have to find the exterior angle and then substitute here. Not even a pentagon, maybe we will take up a four-sided polygon. See, suppose the interior angle is given. The ABCD is your polygon. I am just taking a four-sided polygon to simply show you. Now the interior angle is given as 165 degrees. In the exterior angle, can you find out? With respect to the vertex B. Suppose at vertex B the interior angle, because it is a regular polygon, I know all the angles are going to be the same. So if this is 165, can you find the exterior angle at that vertex? How to find the exterior angle?
Yes,
This
ma'am.
forms a linear plane. Yes or no? Because on a straight line a ray is standing. So if this is 165, this will be 180 minus 165, which will be 15. Correct? Once the exterior angle is known, so exterior angle is 180 minus 165, which will be a 15 degrees. Then you can find the number of sides by the same formula. That is 360 divided by 15. Alright, so you should remember which and how you will use the formula. If directly the exterior angle is given, get the number of sides by dividing the exterior angle on 360. 360 divided by 24 will give you the number of sides. But in the problem, instead of the exterior angle, if the interior angle is given, always the interior and exterior angle at the vertex will form a linear pair. So subtract your interior angle from 180 to get the exterior angle and then go and find the number of sides again using the same formula, 360 divided by the exterior angle, which will give you the number of sides. So this is a probable question maybe in our section C. In section D, you will have questions on properties of quadrilateral. Like we have studied various properties. All these properties I think we have discussed in exercise 3.3. Maybe it's a parallelogram or it is a rhombus given to you. You should know to appropriately apply the formulas. We know in a parallelogram the adjacent sides are the opposite sides are equal, or in a parallelogram the adjacent angles are supplementary and the opposite angles are equal. All these kinds of problems based on properties of various kinds of quadrilaterals, especially with the problems based in exercise 3.3 will happen for a section D. Alright, so please practice all those problems so that you're able to score there. Now the next class, that is maybe I will meet you on Wednesday only, because tomorrow your sir is meeting you to finish the factorization, right? So what I want on Wednesday is you should be able to revise pie charts, bar graphs, etc. Because that also has a big share. Just go back and see your blueprint and tell me what's the marks for your data handling.
7 marks.
7 marks. Now, what is the distribution?
Section 3 1 mark and section 3 1 question and section D 1
Yes.
question.
So you can expect a bar graph in section C and maybe a pie chart in section D. So this we will revise maybe on Wednesday, along with we will take up visualizing solids, because there you have drawing of maps or reading a map. You should know how to draw a map and read a map. Then you should know how to apply the Euler's formula. So all this is there. So 2 chapters together. That is your data handling and visualizing solids we will take up on Wednesday, right? So I think we'll stop here. I think I've taken too much of time. It's all right. Please go and join your next class if you have any. Please confirm that you have posted your name in the chat box before you leave. All right? Bye, children.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Have a nice
Please
day.
confirm you have posted your name in the chat box. I need it for the attendance. Bye. You can leave.
Thank you, ma'am.